Alright, guys, so we're back yet again. We're finally gonna be doing the review on Ballerina, from the world of John Wick Ballerina. So, this was a very interesting take on the John Wick universe. So, I know a lot of people were kind of wondering, oh, it's gonna be woke, oh, it's gonna be this, oh, it's gonna be that. There was a lot of different things in this film. And let me tell you this. Anna de Armas, hopefully I'm pronouncing her name. Not only did she be a badass in this movie, but she was a sexy badass in this movie. I've seen a few movies with her. Again, she's very talented, very beautiful, very attractive. And the way she plays this role is very intense. So she plays as Eve Marco. Now, again, she comes from some unknown place of where her father was an assassin. Now, again, before I go more into this, I've seen the John Wick films. I don't remember them thoroughly. It's been a while. But the entirety of this film is based around Eve. Her father is uh, attacked by these unknown members of assassins, by this unknown guild. That's what I'm going to call it. And she escapes with him, but he does lose his life. And then the character Winston finds her, says that he knew her father and these other ones, and they give her the choice to join their guild, of this other guild that is ran by, of course, Angelica Houston, by the director, and she pretty much has her trained as a ballerina slash also in combat and shooting everything, and this woman goes through the ringer of so much training, and she goes through her missions. She gets to be better. She pretty much slowly becomes a female version of John Wick. And she even gets to meet him at one point, I think, during the events of the third film. And this takes place during the third film, if I'm not mistaken, and a little bit later after the third film, where she meets him and he tells her she's got a choice to either walk out the door or succumb to everything. And when she goes on a mission, she comes to find out that there's someone that was after her or affiliated to go after her that had a X on their arm, and that was the same affiliation of the same ones that killed her father, and she's wanting answers. So she goes to her director and she's telling her it's about these rogue ones that operate in a guild. They don't go by rules, and she's telling her to let it go. Well, she doesn't. She goes and finds another character who is played by Norman Reedus Pine, and he is one that defected, and he's trying to get his daughter out of there because, of course, of how this guild is. And she goes through all this stuff to go find who these people are, and she's able to survive. She's on her own. She's using all her skills, weapons, knives, etc. to survive. And there was a lot of intense scenes in this film. And when she finally figures out who it is, because she finally comes across the one who killed her father, and she realizes that the place where she finds this guild is where she was born. And she also figures out that her sister, who we hear in the first film, is still alive, and it's actually one that was actually trying to kill her, and she didn't realize that was her sister. So what happens is her sister tries to talk to her, and the one that's the leader of this rogue guild gives them the green light to take them both out. And when she does, he goes to the director of where he is from, and he tells her, either tell her to back off or this is going to be war. And she's telling him, look, I didn't send her over there, and I can't call her off. Like, she's not going to listen. And again, I'm going to get into more of that later, but then she comes up with a different offer of, okay, if I have someone stop her, will you calm down. So that's when they send John Wick. John Wick goes after her, and he could tell he doesn't want to kill her. He tries to stop her, but he gives her until midnight to go after her, to go after this guy. And he helps her a little bit, and she finally does get her revenge. She saves the girl that was Norman Reedus' daughter in this film, and she brings her back to him, and then she goes on the run, and we see kind of like what happened in John Wick 1/2/3 of she now has a bounty on her head, and she's going to be, you know, on the run. So that's how the movie ends. And that sums up the movie. I enjoyed this movie. I did. I really enjoyed this movie. I think they did good with Eve's backstory. They made her, again, it's one of those people want to say, oh, we need more badass female characters. No, we don't. All we need is a good character with a good backstory and can make mistakes and improve. And that's what she did. She wasn't perfect. You could tell she wasn't as good as, let's say, John Wick. She wasn't trying to be as good as him. She was just trying to get revenge and justice for her family. And she did. And she still got screwed. And that's what got me is that the director put a hit out on her. And it's like, why would you do that? These ones were your enemies. She took them out. She saved you the trouble, and yet you should be thanking her, but yet you want to put a hit out on her. Is it because what, she didn't return? That's what it is? Like, come on, that's stupid. I mean, again, I just found it really stupid that they do this. That they give you a choice, and when you finally change your decision, it's like, oh, well, you can't do it now. It's like, what? It's like, I'm doing what you trained me to do, but yet there's a problem with it. That just don't make no sense to me. I'm sorry. And someone's gonna say, "Oh, what's the rules?" or "Have you not seen the other movies?" Yes, I've seen the other movies, and it still didn't make sense. Come on. I'm not sure how they're gonna do this if they do a second one. If it's gonna be solely focused on her, or are they gonna have John Wick go after her? Is he gonna defect again? Because if he does defect, then that's gonna mess up the last two movies. What, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that mess up the last two movies of him defecting? Because I think it was like the third one where he finally was able to reinstate himself inside the guild. And again, guys, I could be saying that, but I'm just so used to saying guild. Um, I think honestly they need to go ahead and figure this out, because if they don't and they don't do it correctly, okay, so was the fourth one. The fourth one was another one, if I'm not mistaken. I may have to rewatch some of them because it's been a while. And I'm trying to remember some of the fourth one too, because I can't remember if I think it was other guilds going after each other, or something like that. I can't remember, but again, if they go into another ballerina movie, is it going to mess up the John Wick movies? Is it going to mess up, because again, I think he did defect at the end of 4. I can't remember. You guys need to help me on that. But again, I think a lot of people just honestly want John Wick to honestly defect yet again, and honestly help her go up against all these assassins and be able to just finish everybody off. Honestly, I have no problem with that. I really don't. But again, that's just my own personal opinion. So what do you guys think of this film? Is it a good film? Is it a bad film? Is it okay? Honestly, I don't have a problem with this film at all. I think it was a good film. I think they had good characters in here. I think it had very good character progression in here. It was very interesting seeing more females be assassins, especially with Eve's backstory and where she came from and how she grew as a character, and how ones can relate to her, and also how she can almost relate to John Wick's character. And I enjoyed that. Again, I didn't have a problem with her being like John Wick. I really didn't. But again, I think it's a very interesting character that they should probably explore more. So that's what I gotta say. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you as always on the next one.